morning, friends. We are going to discuss the important news of the day, Indian Corporate for 21st of August. This will be in English. Daily Current Affairs series. Let's start up. The first and the most important news will be about the how the Airtel has got plans for taking successfully on Geo. Basically, they are going to have a new fight on this vRAN space, which vRAN space meaning 5G virtualized radio access open network in India. Once they get the spectrum by the government, on which Supreme Court has made certain revelations, which I have discussed on the previous lecture. So here, what Bharti Airtel, the Sunil Mittal company, is going to do here is they are already working with the United States-based LTO Stars. Now this question is important, which they are based with LTO Star, which is a US-based company. So they are going to test run software so that they can successfully take or at least give it a fight to Reliance Jio. The future of idea is uncertain. So there are two big bulls in the telecom arena right now. One is Airtel, other being Jio, and the 5G fight will be interesting. So seeing on the next important news will be the Maruti. It has made a startup. It has tied with IIM Bangalore. So the question will be, Maruti has tied up with which of the following IIMs? So there will be a list of IIMs. So you are going to take Indian Institute of Management Bangalore. Maruti, why has joined hands with to start up for Hub and Incubation Center. Now this is important. Hub and Incubation Center for what purpose? To spearhead innovations in mobility space. So they have applied to the mobility sector. So this is going to be important. Maruti has tied up with whom? IIM-B. The next important news here is that Brinton Pharma will get DGCI not to launch Parivir VIR and Favi Parivar was Dr. Reddy's, which we have discussed in earlier lectures. So that tablet was 99 rupees, and Brinton Pharma, this tablet will cost 49 rupees. This is a 400 mg. So there is a very minute difference over here, but the question can be tricked on this. So you have to be very careful what is Brinton Pharma and what Dr. Reddy's are doing. So basically the next news is again important. Larsen and Toubro has made a had linked up with the pact with NTPC, just the National Thermal Power Corporation of India. For what purpose? The reason being pact for CO2 to methanol plants. So this is again important. Larsen and Toubro Hydrocarbon, this has made a link with NTPC. For what purpose? CO2 to methanol plants. So let's see the other news. So important news which is coming up here is Hindalco. Now Hindalco is a very important news because basically UltraTech wants to have lower its dependence on natural resources, for which they had made they have asked Hindalco to supply them 1.2 million tons of aluminium. Now what is this? This is Redmond annually, which is also called as, this is basically known as a bauxite residue. So it will be supplied to 14 plants of UltraTech, which is spanning around 7 states. So basically the reason again I have already mentioned, to lower its dependence on natural resources. So Hindalco 1.2 million, Redmond annually or bauxite residue to UltraTech, 14 plants spread over 7 states. This will do. The next important news, this is very important news. Rossell India, it is a Kolkata headquartered company, which is basically what Boeing does is, Boeing has the world largest aerospace manufacturer, and it evaluates the performance of 12,000 sub vendors across the globe and awards its best 10 suppliers. So Rossell India has bagged the winner of 2019 award. So this is one kind of prestigious, and Rossell India, this question can definitely come about Boeing, because Boeing is in news for both for certain not desirable reasons, but Boeing is the world largest aerospace manufacturer till date. Now next news being, the next news important being with the Tata Power looks to reduce its debt. Basically what they have done after the decision to merge the Mundra subsidiary, now they are looking for the disinvestment plans to proceeds for 4,000 crores so that they can reduce the unit's debt. Again important news is Vedanta Resources raises 1.4 billion, and which equivalent to 10,500 crores via bonds. So this will do, but basically why they have in support intended to offer buyout the equity shares of Vedanta Limited that are held by the public shareholders. So how much they have raised? 1.4 billion, which is 10,500 crores via bonds. The next important news is, the next important news which comprises of irregularity. Now this is a very interesting report. Irregularities in consignments after RP took charge of BPSL. Now the question is, what is RP? RP is resolution professional. Here in picture is MK Khandelwal. Mr. MP Khandelwal, RP, took charge of BPSL. The question will come, who is the RP of BPSL? BPR resolution professional, MK Khandelwal, BPSL. Now why it is in news? Because enforcement director is checking a case for 700 actually 700 worth amount 700 crores. Its former investigation reveals that Sanjay Singhal, which was the former managing director of BPSL, so he used the for creation of assets and equity investment in BPSL and movable immovable properties in Delhi and London. So to have that resolution, Mr. MP Khandelwal has been in picture now. The next important news, which is of very much significance also, that positive free cash flow to be the Tata Steel focus as per N Chandrasekharan, that is not Rajan Chandrasekharan. He wants sale of non-core assets, that is one point, and cash flow are the two parameters. So this question can come, what is the focus, what are the two parameters, and they will list either of them, neither of them, both of them. So non-core assets, sale of non-core assets and cash flow will be the two parameters, and why they are being done, so that they can lower their debt. And now their debt is over 1 trillion rupees. I'm saying 1 trillion rupees. The next important question. This news is very important as I have seen for all this whatever news we have discussed so far. Reliance, it has got two reports. Reliance Home debt resolution may be delayed, auditors different classifying account as fraud. Now Delhi High Court has stayed on both the reports. Now interestingly, both reports are 180 degrees apart from each other. The first report, it is a forensic audit conducted for SBI, State Bank of India, on Reliance Home Finance by MK Agarwal and Corporation, and it has given Anil Ambani firm a clean chit. Now on the same company by a different bank, another forensic report, that is Grant Thornton, that is prepared for Bank of Baroda, has classified the company as fraud. Now both these reports has been in front of the High Court, and High Court has stayed classifying the account as fraud until the next hearing. So whatever happens, I'm going to brief it up, but this is very interesting. Both are forensic report, both are public sector banks. One has given it a clean sheet, other has called it a fraud. Now what are the parameters of it? So we can have a discussion on that when the final verdict on this whenever it comes. This relatively will now what the impact of this news will be. A debt resolution of Reliance Home Finance as per bankers. This will definitely have a big impact on it. And having said that, all these news are very important, and I've already the Hindi version is already online, so that maybe we are going to meet on the next lecture. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day.